Hey guys, happy, what's today? Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It is March 9th. I missed yesterday's video. I apologize. It has just been so busy, specifically with this project. So we're talking about cryptos, OTC trading platform, also known as COTP. This is, I think, day 7 for me on my daily updates, at least. So it's just crazy how quick stuff has been going, and I mean we can see here. Let me show you really quick, just in regards of daily earnings, because that's what I want to focus on for this video, so you guys can kind of see my progress in the transaction hall here. If you click on that, and I click on that question icon, we can see since February 28 actually is when the first time that I initiated a sell. So we're almost about a week and a half into this. Anyway, so we can see today so far we're up 1,061. Yesterday was 1523. That was my profit earnings. I've already gone through the numbers because I'm getting money from the affiliate side of this, and then my personal earnings. So going through the numbers and subtracting everything correctly, hopefully it was correct. I did about 3.38% yesterday, which is crazy. And the great thing, and maybe I'll talk a little bit about this platform, this program. So it's an exchange arbitrage, is mainly what's happening here. So we are finding price discrepancies, what the system is at least, and there are tons of exchanges, and these guys have it set up where they're looking through and finding those profitable gaps in between coins. So for example, Bitcoin's a lower price on one exchange and higher on another exchange. So this algorithm that they have built into here, it's essentially all automated. So I was talking with some of the guys that brought me into this, and they were talking about how there is a point of contact here from the business side, but majority of this is all automated and running on its own. So when we initiate these cells, this cell order and everything, this is all just based off of the algorithm and the system. This it's just based off of all of that. It's just running on its own. There's not a lot of manual intervention at this point, from what I understand. So we've been doing this for a week now, and here's the great thing, guys, is I have this automated. Yes, no longer be the days where I set alarms every 2 hours and 13 minutes and manually click this on my phone, which is pretty great. I've gotten to know a good guy who reached out and said, "Hey, I can help you out here." So I teamed up with him. We're on the third version because the previous two versions there were some issues. So we are on V3 now. With the current version so far, things are solid, and I run this on a virtual private server, so I don't even need my local computer up anymore. Most of the time, I just check it just to see transactions and stuff coming through, just to make sure things are solid. But guys, this is something, this automated service, the script at least is what I refer to it. It's like, I guess it's like a bot. You can call it a bot. This is all offered through me and for those who join my team, okay? So if you've been following along, or maybe this is your first video, I plan to do a little bit more updated videos. I think one specifically around the automation, just so you guys can see what's going on here. Technology is great, and when you have something like this where it's a little bit more repetitive, tedious on clicking buttons manually, uh, they've got some good stuff out there where it can automate that process. So that's just about it. I mean, I'm trying to think what else more we want to talk about, because I will be having a little bit more videos coming out talking about specific stuff. Cryptos, OTC trading platform. I have my own group for these guys. So for those who come in, yes, you will have access to my group. Actually, I have multiple groups because it's just getting too crazy. I have one like a tech support for VPS, or just in general. A lot of people coming into this don't have any understanding of crypto or buying and selling. So I'm trying to give some separate support there, and then another one just for updates, notifications, so everybody's on the same page with what's happening here. I will cover this portion. This if you scroll down, it does tell you what you have made so far for the day. So every time, every cycle, and it's about 2 hours. So the funds that I have here will take around 2 hours to come all the way back to my wallet balance. And at that point, once everything is back, I will initiate some more orders here. Now I have my script or my bot doing this for me automatically, so I don't need to worry about that. But if you guys kind of want to understand how this is all working, that's what happened. That's what needs to happen, and then I'm placing orders. And when you place orders, if you scroll down here, it's going to tell you. It even gives you a little bit more information: time of income, time of selling, the sales amount, the profit amount here, but it tells you all the stats. So typically what happens is your very first order is the biggest order. So this most recent one, 29, almost 30,000 of my 52,000 um, went in one order by itself, and I made 89 bucks from that. The second order, so it's going to get smaller and smaller until it depletes it, and your wallet balance goes under 5. So we can see the profits get smaller and smaller because the trade amount gets smaller and smaller as well. So you guys can, if you just scroll down here on this page, and this site is more mobile friendly than it is desktop. So some of the stuff here on desktop actually behaves like mobile, like when you're registering and stuff or finding your area code. I had to like drag and push up on my mouse, if that even makes sense, to find area codes. Anyway, so you guys can see they keep. I really like how they keep the logs here, the records. It's really cool, and I really love this income statistics page. And you probably notice the columns are a little bit off, but on mobile they have it nice and pretty, so it actually matches up with the columns and the values here. So it is 2 p.m. my time, Mountain Standard Time, and we are at 1061. And like I said earlier, this happens around every 2 hours. So we are actually about at time to have another cycle come through where my transaction amount will start to fill back into my wallet balance. And at that point, the bot's going to keep checking every 5 minutes. And then once the transaction's zero, it's going to start placing those trades. Really cool stuff. Again, you guys get access to it for those who join my team. So happy to have you. That's free of charge as well. There are some requirements, but it's going to be free. Anyway, let's actually talk about. I'm glad I didn't end this video earlier because there's a lot of other things I forgot to mention. So this is how that whole transaction side works, and we can see here based off of how much I earned yesterday, which was this day. I know today's the 9th, but they're like 2 days behind because this is the 8th. They're a day behind us because it's the 9th for me at least of March. I'm currently earning, but the timestamp is March 8th. But yesterday, or from the 7th here, 1523, and then based off of the any other extra deposits or earnings from affiliates, it came out to about 3.38%. So currently, right now, with the automated bot that I have running, I'm seeing around 3% or more. Now, depending on how much or how big your account balance is, you could be seeing possibly potentially more a higher percentage gain because of the compounding. Every single time that you guys do a cycle here, it's going to be working with more money. So for me, for example, let me just see how much I'm making per cycle with 52,000. Let's see. It's all from this one. Okay, bear with me. You guys are gonna see all the raw video from this. I just want to add this up and see how much. I mean, it's about 0.3%. Maybe it's easier to do 0.3%. You know what? Let's just do that. Okay, 0.3%. 52314. So whoa, that's right. That. Okay, I need to do one more. There we go. All right, so I'm making about 156 each cycle currently. However, that number is increasing because of more profit that's coming into this from each cycle. So the compounding here is really, really cool and pretty insane. Just wild stuff that's happening here, and that's not even considering all the affiliate earnings side. Just so you have a little bit more realistic idea, 0.3% is roughly each cycle what it's coming out to be. The companies they're taking, I don't have the exact value of what their cut is, how much they're earning, because our money's tied up with them for 2 hours. So um, they could be making well I imagine they're making more than 0.3% to make this a profitable system. But they have their own profit split, their own commission amount that they're earning from us as well as they go throughout this process. But currently, right now, I'm making about 156, 157 each new cycle. That's going to increase though because I'm working with more and more each time, and that's how compounding works. So that's pretty crazy. Now, let me go to what was I gonna do? Oh, yeah, the withdrawal process. Actually, let me show you my withdrawal records. Not on this account. I have my other account. So I have two accounts, my wife and myself. My other account, I did quite a bit of. Actually, you know what? Let me just go over there and show you, just so you can kind of see. For this account, I was just testing it. I wanted to make sure, and I'll talk about this here first, actually. I wanted to make sure that when I came into this, I was under the impression that I can withdraw everything that I wanted to. So I tested that. First you can see I put in 31, 35, or sorry, this is the withdrawal. What was my deposit? Details of funds. All of these successfuls are deposits, I believe. So I first came in with 400. I started adding more, a little bit bigger chunk here, so now I'm over 10,000. Anyway, so I was at about a little over 10,000, and that's what you see here. This at the time, this was my full amount. So I just want you guys to understand the flexibility here. And given anything could happen still, I mean, our funds are locked up each time we go into transactions for 2 hours. So yeah, if the company wanted to lock things down all of a sudden, and we didn't have access to our funds to withdraw, then yeah, anything could happen. So just be smart with how much you're putting in here. Um, because the company is holding our funds. Now, from what I understand as well, like I said earlier, all the stuff is mainly just being run by an algorithm. The system just running itself. There's not a lot of manual intervention here. But at this point, I withdrew everything and I received it. I think it was within a minute or two. Like I'm not even joking, guys. When I say that I receive this in seconds to minutes, I have been thus far. Sometimes it's been like 15, 30 seconds, other times a minute or two. But I was able to withdraw my full balance at one time just to test it. And yeah, I went through. There weren't any locks or anything. You guys can actually start to see my wallet balance. My funds are starting to come back. So now uh, we're going to start seeing some of that flow back into here kind of as we talk. Anyway, I wanted to just go over like how quick this the withdrawal process. A lot of other projects, I mean, a day or two, days, a week, 2 weeks, depending on the platform that I'm in, the projects, if they're actually trading and have trades that need to first be liquidated, so it's not like instant access. These guys, I love it. Like you can come in here, you can earn a few cycles if you want to, and just leave the same day. Now, there is a limitation about how much you can request per withdrawal request. However, and that's 20,000. So I can withdraw up to 20,000 per request, but I can do that in an unlimited amount of times in a day. Okay, so if I have 100K, I can just submit 5 separate withdrawal requests and then do it that way. That's the limitation that they have, though. It's just you need to do it separately. I was gonna go talk about the authentication part, though, kind of the security, and I really like how they have this set up. You are mainly working with your phone, and they'll send you codes to your phone. Anytime that you do a withdraw, you change any information, you need to put the code that's been sent to your phone from COTP, which is really awesome because not a lot of people should have access to your phone, right? When you go in and do this stuff, unless somebody has access to your phone, your text messages, you are the only one accessing this. Now you also make a transaction password, which is anytime that you do a transaction, you need to put your separate password. You can't, the system actually won't even let you have the same password from your account and your transaction password. So both those passwords need to be separate. So there's that on top of the code that's being sent to your phone. And then sometimes they'll even do a facial recognition as a security. So you'll take a picture of your face and send it to them. It's all automated. They have a really slick and just quick process to do all this stuff. And once you submit your facial recognition picture, then it'll submit it. But really smooth stuff. The flexibility here is crazy. And you guys do need to do your identity authentication as well to even process these withdrawals past 500. So you guys can come into this without doing any kind of KYC identity stuff and withdraw up to 500 total max. That's not just per request, it's just you can only ever do 500, and then you need to submit your identity. Now, the cool thing is these guys, well, I mean, they claim at least they're not using this for data. It's literally just for support, or sorry, for security purposes. Like I was mentioning earlier, as part of those transactions, that's what you need to do sometimes, and they have their own uh, algorithm system. So we can see here, money is coming back into my wallet balance, and then my bot is checking every 5 minutes. So if this all comes back into my wallet balance within the next 5 minutes, then it's going to automatically place all the sell orders until my wallet balance goes down before 5. So really cool stuff, guys. They have nice affiliate program, and it's actually pretty crazy. I've earned quite a bit. Um, but I mean, this is doing like I said yesterday, I did 3.38% of my numbers were right and my subtraction and all that stuff. The day before that, like I'm starting to see over consistently 3%, and depending on your account balance, you could be seeing a little bit more percentage just based off of the compounding portion here. So again, this system, COTP, crypto's OTC trading platform, from what I understand and have looked at, it's a high frequency transaction system that they are working with to look for and process all of these exchange arbitrary trades or transactions. And anyway, so I think I'll do a separate video to talk a little bit more about the just like this whole like earning process. There's not too much out, and I'm working with the guys above me because in my review of them, I talk about like why I ended up getting into this, and apparently this has been running since 2019. But if you check the site, okay, here we go. Actually, no, hold on. Let me switch over to my VPS while it's running so you guys can see how it works, and I'll talk about back to 2019 when this started. Okay, so I'm on here with my VPS. Hopefully I mean, I have it checking every 5 minutes, so hopefully in the next few minutes here, it will check through and start placing those trades so you guys can see live how this is all working with the bot system. And you guys, again, will be able to have access to this if you join my team. It's just a freebie from me to you because I love you guys. And anyway, so 2019, that's what I heard that when this started. However, if you check the site cotps.com, it actually wasn't running back since 2019. It was just a parked domain, so nothing was happening. The site that you see now is not the site that was back then on 2019. I'm gonna try and get more information uh, around this so I can do a video, like a solid video. But what my uplines told me, because one of them actually has direct contact with somebody who has been using them since 2019, and they were explaining that the COTPS portion that we all see is the public version, and previously it was been more a exclusive crypto elite group that has just been running this on the side. So there's that, and yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy. Like the I don't know, it's kind of fun too. When I was doing the manual, it was kind of fun, to go in and place trades manually. But when you, it's just hard to, go and do stuff, add a set alarms. You can still do it manually. And I was getting about 2.7% a day when I was clicking the buttons manually. So don't be too turned off. If you guys have to do this manually, um, because you can still earn quite a bit from what I've seen. So with that, I'm going to just wait here until this kicks off, and then I'll just edit my video so I'm not just sitting here in silence. All right, so this is up and running now. It just logged into my account and it's navigating all on its own. I'll even put my hands above my head so you guys can see I'm not doing anything here. It's going to agree to the terms there, and then it's going to go through. And it's going to place these sell transactions all on its own. Again, this is a benefit to you guys for joining up under my team. And this is what it's going to do. And this has been doing this for me for the past couple days. But for this current version, this version 3, I think is pretty solid. So we haven't seen any issues with it yet. So pretty awesome stuff. And it's going to go through and do this until the wallet balance gets under $5. And that's going to close down and then just keep checking every 5 minutes until the transaction value gets down below 0. So I think I will end this with saying, guys, because I'm in multiple projects, and I always have that worry in the back of my head because people, you guys are following me into this, and I try to do my best to find solid projects that have a good enough backbone to run with. And uh, I mean, if all the projects that I'm in went down and I lost all my money, that would suck for me. But then I know that you guys who are doing the same thing that I am also are losing your money, which sucks. Back in 2017, I lost 40,000, and that was a huge blow. Even now, that's a crap ton of money. So I just hope you guys are being smart with how much you're investing. You may see how much I'm doing, but this is money that I'm okay with, if it goes down the drain, it's still a lot of money, but it's money that I'm fine with. I'm not dependent on it, is what I'm trying to say. So my goal here, you guys can see here. Oh, you guys can see that it closed out in this terminal. It's going to wait for another 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes. So I'm going to close this down because this is just up and running on my VPS. I'm going to pull back up this page, and if I refresh the screen, you'll see here that those are now back in the transaction. So that is the automation for you. Pretty great. What was I saying before? Just that you guys are being smart, and that this money, I'm in multiple projects, but this is money that I've all earned from those other projects. And yes, this is a lot of money that I could have used for a lot of stuff. I could have bought an SUV that we need to get for my family. But just be smart with how much you guys are doing. I'm not providing any kind of financial advice or anything like that. I'm just sharing with you the projects that I'm in, explaining the stuff that I'm currently participating in. I try and give good explanations when I get groups up and going in Telegram, so you guys can follow along more easily. I'll put my thoughts out in my main Telegram group where I post daily results or weekly results with projects, all the projects that I'm in. So I actually forgot to mention, that's in the description of this video. Okay, so if you guys want to join my Telegram group where I just have all my projects so you guys can see what's cooking in my kitchen, then you can. You guys, you do you. This is what I'm doing, and a lot of people will come to me and say, "Hey, check this out, check this out." I do my best. There are quite a few things that I learned when after I started reviewing this stuff. That I said, "Hey, you can check stuff this way. You can also check this stuff." I'm like, "Oh, that's good to know for future reviews and stuff." But um, you guys make sure that you do your own due diligence as well. And when I come into this stuff, like I always am looking at my own, decisions of, I should have probably done more due diligence and looked at this. Like, I don't blame those above me. I only blame myself. I hope you guys are the same way. I try to be as transparent as possible. so you guys can make an informed decision based off of what you see. And I try to be as real when it comes to, hey, here's how much I'm earning from my personal, here's my, the percentage wise. And I try not to mix up. I don't want you guys to think I'm making 10,000 a day and you can do the same thing with $1,000 if all of that 10,000 is coming from affiliates, because a lot of you guys aren't doing team building or networking. You don't have a huge team that you're bringing into this to get you to those numbers. A lot of you guys just come in, you want to earn off of your own money that you put in. So that's why I try and break up, mainly try and just focus on the percentages, because you guys ask, well, if I come in with 500, how much am I going to earn? I'm like, well, if I did 3.38% yesterday, if I did 3% the day before, if I did 2.7% for the next 2 days before that, then you can kind of gauge, just do some math and you can see how much percentage wise you most likely are going to be earning using something similar. So I think that's it, guys. We talked a good amount about this platform, my daily results, going over the withdrawal process, checking out my bot that I got that you guys can get access to if you join my team. All that stuff, the registration link that I have will be in the description. So if you guys want to join, then you can check that out. Reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. And I'll be honest, a lot of people are hitting me up with this one. So if your messages get flooded and it's been a day or two, just send me another message so it comes up to the top. And I'll try my best to get back to you guys. There's just too many of you. Only one of me. I'm actually working to get some support to help because this is too crazy. I don't have enough time in the day to do this. Although I like helping you guys out. I'm not saying that I don't, but I'm a little bit sick, and I think it's because the past few days I've been staying up way too late getting all this stuff for you guys up and running. Which, hey, it blesses me as well, so I'm happy to do it. But I definitely need to clone myself about a dozen times. Anyway, thank you guys. This is gonna be it for the end of this video. Check out my other videos as well. You probably see my main review of these guys and some other stuff video wise that you can check out. And with that, I appreciate you and I will see you later.